Let it wash over me. Ready to lose my feet. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I'm going to be doing a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm just in one of those moods today. Just in one of those moods. Just one of those moods. So I asked the Leo energy what this reading is going to be about. And, ooh, what is up? Someone just entered this space with like a salty ass attitude. Are y'all all right? You guys okay? I felt that. Wow. Like a lot of you need a juice box and a nap, whoever you are. What is that about? I'm not in that kind of mood. I was actually in a good mood. Wow. I don't know what that's about. Have you been aggravated? It's like I really pissed off. I'm gonna choke slam some mofo. Give me some of the choke slam. Like, damn. Wow. Juice box and a nap, girl. Juice box and a nap. Jesus asked you to. Nah, I don't mean to tease you. I'm just teasing you, trying to make you laugh. But it is a very intense, angry feeling. Like you're just over it. Which I don't know what you're going through, but you're over it, girl. You over it. Oh, shit. There's the deck right there. All right. So let us see. I asked Leo energy what this reading was going to be about, and it told me shots fired from the heart. So I don't know. Maybe you're pulling in this energy. It's not necessarily. So what I saw like balls of light coming from the chest, like kind of like a Care Bear stare. It almost seems as though some Leos are needing to just kind of stand there, like really posture yourself and shoot truth from your heart space. Let it come out. Allow yourself to communicate whatever this is that's needing to be communicated. It's not necessarily that you're trying to fight, like needlessly fight. That's not the impression that I was given. It was more of, it's time for you to stand up and be this really intense, this place of intense grounding and power. I think someone needs you. I don't know if it's you that needs yourself to recognize how powerful you actually are. For some, it might be that. So let's finish pulling cards. Let's finish pulling cards. But yeah, dang. That was an intense feeling though. Intense. Okay, one more deck. One more deck. And then we're done. I'm glad that made you laugh. Yeah. I like laughing. I do. Sometimes I like to make myself laugh when I'm feeling down. Sometimes I like to laugh when I'm angry, because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna have to kill somebody. And I'm just like, girl, you ain't got no bail money. Get the fuck out of here with that stupidity. You can't kill nobody. You ain't got that bail money. You tripping, boo. You tripping. So sometimes I just gotta laugh it off, laugh it off. Just laugh it off. So here goes. Okay. Ooh. Leo. Card number 28, collaborative dreaming. I immediately get this sense of frustration, primarily from Leo, but also from your environment. It's like there's been such a lull or such a pause, delay in something, and it's just got you like, fuck this. Like, yeah, no, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm so done with this. And I think you've been kind of blocking your own. You've been blocking it because you've been blocking, like Wonder Woman. So you've been you've been blocking something. A charge is building in the chest, and collaborative dreaming. So you and maybe a couple others, maybe people in your environment, have a thought, a plan, and it hasn't been coming to fruition. Um, you've been trying to make things come to fruition, but it's just kind of been at a standstill. I think you've been blocking it. Not intentionally, of course, not intentionally, but it seems like things haven't been going to plan. Card number 37, fruition. You're going to have to let go of the need to control in order to bring this to fruition. Okay. Um, mm, mhm. I look at this card and I think of how you have all these amazing ideas in your head, but there's some distortion in your vision of how it's going to be achieved. So again, it goes back to this dream that you're having. And in that dream, it's almost like a sense of, in that dream, that visual representation of something you're trying to bring to fruition, you have a specific set of expectations on how that's going to happen. And you're seeing this play out. And it's like, if you're is that how we wait, who am I doing this reading for? This is for Leo, right? Yeah, Leo, girl. You had me worried for a second. But okay, so you see something in a dream and it's like, yeah, I saw myself win $1 million. I was playing like the lottery and I won a ton of money. And I was also wearing a clown suit with a cupcake in my ear. So if I wear a clown suit every day with a cupcake in my ear, I'm going to eventually win that $1 million. And it's like, no, it could be several different things, several different layers of messages, all like superimposed on each other. But if you're so fixated on, no, I cannot win that $1 million unless I have a cupcake in my ear and a clown suit on, then it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Because what if the day you win the $1 million is the day that you're wearing a t-shirt and shorts and you went outside and realized, oh shoot, it's raining outside, I can't wear a t-shirt and shorts, now I have to go back in, now I'm running late. And it's that few minutes that you're running late to put on more appropriate clothing, that the timing fits just right, and you arrive at the store and there's 5 people in front of you and you're like, shit, if I didn't have to go back in and change my clothes, I would have been the first one here. And now there's 5 people in front of me and I'm more late. So you really don't know. You really don't know. But if you're going to continue to try and think that this mask that's across your eyes, that's actually partially obstructing your view, your vision, is what's going to give you the clarity of how to get to this. Tell me how that works out. Okay. Tell me how that works out. Card number 29, perfect acceptance. So I'm assuming at this point, you feel like life's just buried you. Okay. At this point, you probably just leave me here to die. I don't even want to sleep no more. Fuck the fruit. Give it to someone else. I don't even want it. Just leave me here in this gully to perish. And I mean, maybe you kind of do need to be left in the gully. Maybe there is a part of you that needs to be allowed to die. This is a shamanic death you're experiencing. Okay, all seriousness. This is a shamanic death that you're going through, where all of this that you've been experiencing of like, no, this is how it's going to happen because this is how I've planned it, and this is how it's going to be because this is how I planned it. That shit needs to die out. It just needs to die out. Not you, but that characteristic. Perfect acceptance. If you can accept this, that it's not going to always be the way you dictate it to be, none of this has to happen. None of this struggle has to happen. But if you're gonna do that, where you're gonna fight it and be like, no, this is what I planned for. This is how it's gonna be. And because I said this is how it's gonna be, this is how it's gonna be. You're not fighting against me. You're fighting against yourself. Could you imagine fighting against yourself and your level of, I don't know if Leos are supposed to be stubborn, but fighting against yourself and your level of stubbornness. And then you have all this access to spiritual greatness too, like all this power. I think you're going to lose against that. You can't fight your higher, you can fight your conscious mind, but fighting your higher self, that's how you get dragged through a rocky gully with lots of pokey shit. uh, I feel bad. I feel really bad. Look at that. Look at her face. It's just like, just drag me. I don't want you to be dragged. Oh my goodness. But it's feeling like maybe we can look at it in a more positive way. Maybe we can look at it as you have developed like body-wide callus, like your entire body is a callus at this point, and dragging you through that rocky valley of sharp stones and pokey bushes is helping to exfoliate those layers of you that no longer serve your purpose. It's helping to remove with force these aspects of you and your character that have served to block your abundance from coming in. Because really, this is about your growth. This is not about punishing you. You know what I mean? And that's what makes me feel kind of bad, because look at her face. It kind of just looks like, just go ahead and punish me. This is all I deserve anyways. Girlfriend, hold up. I'm gonna go buy some wine. I'm gonna come over. We gonna drink. Well, you're gonna drink some wine because I can't drink. I'm gonna watch you drink some wine. I'm gonna make you laugh. We're gonna totally just, you can cry, we can laugh. I'll do your makeup. I'll make you look like the most gorgeous hooker you ever met. We'll take some pictures. We'll do some selfies. But your ass is still, look at this. Look at this. It's total like defeat, instead of it being used as a moment of recognition that, all right, I'm going to get through this, but not in the way that I had envisioned. And it's okay, because what I need to focus on is that I'm going to get through this. It's almost like a complete letting go. And in that complete letting go, I think that's a very healing moment. I think that hitting the bottom of that gully is really, it leaves you no other choice but to climb back out, really. Climb back out. So card number 17, what is already with you? You already have everything you need with you to accomplish this. It's just a matter of you allowing yourself to do this. Again, if you're going to have this concept of, it's going to happen the way I say it's going to happen because I've planned this, I've done the work, I've invested in myself. Sometimes you could do the work, you can invest in yourself, you could have the best advice from professionals and assistants and all of that. But if it's not in alignment with your higher self, and your higher self refuses to agree, it's not going to happen. There's nothing your human self is going to be able to do to usurp the power of the higher self. That's how I know it to be. And maybe you need to be there in that low point to have a moment of realization. It's just a moment of realization. Okay, this is not a punishment. This is about you realigning your mind and your soul, reaching that point of kokoro. Kokoro, it's actually a very old Japanese term, and it's the center point. It's a point where the mind, the heart, the spirit come together as one. So I think that's kind of what's needing to happen. You have all these different aspects of your existence that you've been working on separately. It's like, okay, right now I'm going to just work on this. This is the spiritual. Okay, we're going to keep that partition. Now I'm going to work on this. Keep that partition. Now I'm going to work on this. And that's not whole being wellness. You have to see the whole panorama. That's like a slap. The panorama is a slap. Wow. Oh, wow. Card number 5, effervescence, cultivate love. It's time for you to begin cultivating an environment where you love yourself. Okay. That self-love journey is a very tricky, hard to navigate journey. You don't have to have mastered love to be worthy of being loved, but you have to begin that process with acknowledgement, acknowledging that maybe you're pushing a little too hard to try and get a result that really just serves as external validation of an internal circumstance of a feeling of lack of achievement, lack of self-worth, lack of this, lack of that. And sometimes we have to recognize this need to be, this need for your achievements in life to be seen with a spotlight on it. Like, and it's not, all the Leos that I know are not showboaty in that way. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're a show off, but it's this need to, in a very subtle, very graceful way, have people be able to acknowledge you've accomplished something. That could potentially come from an internal circumstance of, one that's not verbalized either, of feeling like you haven't accomplished enough, you haven't done the right thing, and whatever else it is. But you have to begin looking within yourself. Okay. Oh, that's deep. So I'm being told, like, sometimes when you're having that moment of, oh my God, I'm gonna die, it's said that, or not necessarily I'm going to die, but oh my God, I'm not going to survive this. It's said that your life flashes before your eyes and you see all these different events and stuff. Maybe that's what you're needing to do. Just kind of see all these different events of your life, just kind of just see it. And not necessarily judge or condemn yourself, because that's a part of the problem, is that you keep judging and condemning yourself, as you're trying to create something with other people. And that's what blocks it. Okay. So you do still have that charge building up in your heart space. You have that charge. It's a manifestation charge, but you have to allow yourself to be inspired while you experience moments of realization, self-realization, self-actualization. You have to allow the parts of you that, that have been weighing you down to be scraped away. If you need to be dragged to scrape it away, then let the dragging begin. Let the dragging begin, okay? Card number 9, assessing. You need to begin really viewing the truth of your life from a higher vantage point. A higher vantage point. Ain't this some shit? 17 minutes, 37 seconds, 33 watchers, 7 likes, 3:33 p.m., 100%. Card number 9. Card number 3, detox. Cleanse and restore yourself. Ooh, card number 3 right here. Card number 3 right here. This is some, okay, hands up, hands up. Oh my God, 37, 3. 3. Lots of threes here. Lots of threes here. I'm just saying, allow yourself to see things from a higher vantage point. When you have such an elevated number of 3s, this is about the ascended masters trying to infuse their wisdom into your eyes, not into your heart. You already have a lion's heart. You already have the courage. But when you lack the ability to see the truth of your existence, because you're seeing it from such a lower point of view, then you end up laying somewhere, needing to detox. You end up getting dragged by your higher self. And for some of us, that might be what needs to happen. And that's okay. If you need to experience the drag, then by all means, experience the drag. Hold on 1 second. Let me get another card. Just an FYI, I know what's being attempted, or what you're attempting to do to me while I'm live, to the individual. I'm aware. All right. Next message for Leo. Oh my gosh, why is it? Here we go. One more shuffle. Interesting. No, I need to shuffle this again. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So, influence. You are going through all the phases of your existence, all the differing rays of creation. We have all of these colors within our auric field. We have all these different phases of a waxing and waning moon. You don't have to consistently be one type of individual. You are a very dynamic energy, Leo. You have to allow yourself to express all these different aspects of you. There's this sense that Leo is always hyper aware that they are being viewed, that not only are they being viewed, they're very much being observed for the sake of criticism, whether it's vocalized, whether they actually experience criticism from other people. It's this sense that Leo is very sensitive to that. And there's always this low grade concern that what people will see will not be the best representation of who you are. And really what ends up happening if you're struggling with that type of mindset, you end up putting on a show, because that's all it really is. I mean, look at Beyonce, okay? Not to talk shit about Beyonce, but we're going to talk a little shit about Beyonce. Not to talk shit about Beyonce, but we're going to talk a little shit about Beyonce. So every time she's interviewed, every time there's like an interaction with her, public one, it's like this debutante, pageant queen type of presence. That's a beautiful stage presence, but is that really a true person? Are you truly really like that? Like never having any fluctuations in your emotions? Something happens and you're like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. Is that your true response? So you don't want to fall in the category of simply being a performer. You know what I mean? I mean, you want to be able to give yourself permission to truly live, be truly present in your life. When you're not truly present in your life, you create emotional and mental conditions that then are categorized as a mental illness. And a lot of the mental illness is really not an illness. It's really people having an existential crisis, basically. And the crisis is occurring because our life up till that point has not properly prepared us for that moment of awakening. Because remember, Leo's over here having a collaborative dream, and you'll have all these spiritual people, spiritual elitists. That's what they really are. Spiritual elitists who are like, oh, I'm woke. I'm 5D. I'm woke. You're not woke. You're still asleep. You're still a sheeple. This and that and this and that. And it's just like, first off, Mr. or ma'am, there are 15 dimensional levels of consciousness in this matrix alone. So 5D, that's just 1/3 of the way. Okay, you still in elementary school. Calm the fuck down. Secondly, who gives a shit what they say? Who cares what they say, Leo? You're here for such a huge purpose. You're here for such a huge purpose. All your readings thus far, notice how you don't have that stupid ass girlfriend boyfriend drama, like, oh my god, narcissist, holy shit, the ex is doing witchcraft. All of your guys' readings, you're the guardians of the gate. you are the children of the stars, like all kind of deep ass shit. You don't need to put on a show. What humanity actually needs from you is to allow the truth of you to emanate from your heart, like a Care Bear stare. Shift. Shift out of your own way. Shift out of your own way, okay? Allow the fire of your being to transmute all of that distortion that's causing a sense of diminished worth, a sense of a lack of success, some sort of failure. You haven't failed at anything. You have not failed at anything. You have been living your life exactly the way it needs to be lived. Stop trying to create a screenplay. That's what it is. It's a screenplay. If we are trying to put it in terms of a stereotypical Leo characteristic of needing to be on stage, is that really true? I don't really feel that's true. There's no Leo that I know personally that has to be on a stage. All the Leos I know are just chill and they're not trying to get all the attention. I think all of this shit that people say about Leos is bullshit. I'm just saying. See? See? Y'all are like that. I don't know any Leos in real life that I count as a friend, like actually know, that behave that way. But there is this like thinly veiled feeling that you have to always put your best face forward, that it will be intolerable to feel some sort of shame for a lack of ability or lack of success or something along that line. But really, I mean, have you failed? I don't even believe in failure, because my personal beliefs when it comes to failure, if we're gonna make the analogy between spiritual development and physical fitness, because both involve growth through resistance. Yeah, when you exercise a muscle to the point of muscle failure, you have elevated your potentiality for gains, muscle gain. So when you perceive a failure has occurred and you allow yourself to lay there and simply just experience the moment instead of planning and trying to edit, then you begin to detox. And then you begin to cultivate love for yourself, love for your environment, love for your life. Okay. It's definitely a time for you to focus on self-healing. Self-healing. Who cares how it looks while you're healing? I know you care, but who cares what other people think? You might care, but stop that shit. Is the point I'm trying to make. Stop it. Stop caring so much how other people are going to perceive the setbacks. Because really, the people who perceive your setbacks in a negative way and want to criticize you, those people, first off, are assholes. First off, proven fact, assholes. Secondly, those assholes tend to be the very people who fail repeatedly and just continue to cover up their failures with more failures. And that's why they don't want to address their life, because their life is nothing but failure. And so instead, they choose to fixate on other people and look for ways to tear them down. So why are you even friends with assholes like that? I'm just saying. Why? Why even have that in your circle? That's the real question. Not whether you're a failure or they're a failure or what. It's why do you have that around you? Okay. So, Leo, chin up, buttercup. You got this. You're going to get through it. It's going to be a difficult process. It's going to be one that's really going to challenge you in your ability to just allow, not allow begrudgingly, not allow while you talk about how you're such a failure, not allow and then talk about how, but I guess, you know what I'm saying? Just literally allow. Literally allow. Yes, people like that don't give a damn about you. They don't. If they're very vocal when there's an issue in your life, but aren't as vocal when it's time to celebrate your life, why are they in your life? Why? I knew a couple people like that where if something's wrong, they're the first to be like, girl, let me just tell you, let me give you some advice. We're going to fix this. Okay. We're going to fix this. No, we're not going to fix this because first off, it's not an issue. This is not your issue. This is not an issue I'm having. This is a cycle of learning that I'm going through right now, and you're not going to interfere. And these are the people who, hey, something amazing happened. I want to share it with you. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Those kind of people suck. They suck. They gurgle. They can gurgle. Gurgle my crystal balls. So, Leo, if this resonates, please give yourself a break. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to contemplate more than just what you perceive to be some sort of failure. Allow yourself to experience frustration just for the sake of being able to release it. Okay? Just because you're frustrated doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're needing to release some of this disharmonic energy that you're experiencing in response to a trigger, in response to a catalytic event that is actually encouraging and fueling your growth. Recognize things for what they are. Okay? Recognize things for what they. Ooh, Michael, that was a little bit low, a little bit below the belt. He said, remind them that sometimes when you've stood on a stage of life for so long, the bright lights that you feel are watching closely and waiting for a misstep blind you from the truth of what you're actually doing. So make sure you're not blinded. Make sure you're not blinded by your own scrutiny. Okay? That's what he said. Make sure you're not blinded by your own scrutiny. So, Leo, thank you so much for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. I am moving forward to Aries. Bye, guys. Join me in a few minutes.